Good morning, everyone. This meeting of the Mobile County Commission is now called to order. If you would please stand. Our invocation will be given today by Mobile County Deputy Administrator Glenn Hodge, and if you will please remain standing afterward for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Father, it's always a blessing to be able to come into your presence and to be about your works. As we deal with the issues and bring about resolutions, we ask that you grant us wisdom, insight, and discernment. We lift up our commissioners to you. We lift up our mayor. We lift up our governor, and we lift up our president. And we ask you, Lord, to give them vision for the people. We give you all honor and glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Do we have anyone signed in to speak this morning?
We have Kathy Tolbert has signed in, I believe, this is on item number 48.
Okay. Ms. Tolbert? And if you would give us your address for the record, please.
Yes, ma'am. My address is 5715 Plantation Road.
Okay.
That's Theodore, Alabama.
Thank you.
You ready?
Right, go ahead.
Okay, good morning to y'all.
Good morning.
Appreciate this opportunity to speak. I would like to address this by my concerns about the traffic flow in the area. And there's no traffic study being done as of now. I understand it will be done on phase 2. About 9 years ago, I come here and spoke about an issue that would cause a lot of traffic in our area, and there was no a business. There was no traffic study done then. It has always created a traffic issue, and it's about a block away from this subdivision. And my concerns is, without a traffic study being done, there's going to be about like 40 houses in this area, possibly. In these homes, there will be 2 vehicles per home, maybe. Would increase the volume of a flow of traffic there. And I'm concerned there's going to be any red light in the area to maybe slow the traffic down, where existing homes that are already there on the opposite side of this area would be able to get out of their driveways. Is that good? My other concerns are that the drainage issues of ditches that will be involved, that the business that is in this area is a trash transfer station that would have a lot of trash that would be needed to be collected off the roads there to keep the ditches cleaned. You know, I know I don't know whose responsibility that is. I believe it is the county's, but you know, I just know that once they're not cleaned out, there's a lot of trash that will be flowing into the creek area, which is Rabbit Creek down from us. I'm concerned has there been any kind of environmental studies done on this area that would cause an issue with water flowing, or I'm really concerned about things that are going to be not addressed to the second phase. I do believe that the first phase is going to be a big impact on our area. And there are other businesses, I do believe it is going to be just right around the corner from us also. Property's been cleared there. I've made several contacts to the county to address, you know, clearing around there, and was told that they were not aware of anything happening out there. And so I just want to leave this open to a traffic study maybe before we have an issue that might take 10 or 15 years to clear. The road needs to be widened a little bit, and a turn lane needs to be put in. I'd love to see a red light put in. And as far as the drainage issue, again, I want to see the proper drainage stuff done beforehand, if we possibly could, to keep us from creating maybe further down the road. We have no idea what kind of sewage would be put in there in that area. We don't know if it's going to be sewage or septic tanks or whatever. And the Board of Health is never really helpful when it comes to someone's sewage leaking in our area. And we would like to, know these answers also. And I know that would come probably from maybe our engineers here or the developer. So
we can certainly hear from the engineers, but I think I've got most of your answers. We met with the developer, I guess it was last week or the week before. I don't remember exactly what day it was. 2 weeks ago? Okay. The traffic flow study has been ordered. It will not, that can't be done just overnight. So that is an issue. We have guaranteed them we will not forward with any phase 2 until we have a traffic study in hand. And in that traffic study, what we're looking for is actually a turn lane or deceleration lane, I believe is the way it's worded, if it is needed for the phase 1 or phase 2. We don't feel like phase 1 justifies it at all. All of our studies, preliminary stuff tells us it's not needed for the first phase. The second phase is a possibility, and the third phase is just about guaranteed it will be needed. So that the developer is picking up the cost of doing that to prove that to us for the second and third phase, and they understand if we get that addressed to suit our engineering department, that the second and third phase will not be issued. The trash on the side of the road is our responsibility. We have a lot of trash. I'm sorry to say we have a lot of trash issues in Mobile, and we pick it up where we can. Brian, is there any plans on the books anywhere of widening or expanding Carroll Plantation Road?
Commissioner, currently we do not have any projects on the books to widen Carroll Plantation Road. We have a project in the 2018 pay-as-you-go to resurface it. Okay. It's getting in bad shape. But that area of Mobile County is growing. We would anticipate the traffic counts increasing in the future. So we're taking a strong look on any development in that area, try to keep it safe.
Do you realize that it's 18-wheelers that are turning off of Carroll Plantation when they leave this area of the transfer station with the hill coming down? There should have been a turn lane then. When they come from Plantation Road onto Carroll Plantation Road, they are taking the whole road to make that turn. And that's my concern about that particular area. Because this subdivision is going right there, close to this area. Okay. And I think that's where the light needs to be put in. Basically.
Well, I think it's unfair to ask the developer to pick up the traffic issue at the station. That may be something we can look at on our own. Does that sound fair enough?
Commissioner, we'll take a look at it and see if that's something that
okay, but that's something we can't put on the developer. It'd be unfair for the developer to look at that. So we'll take a look at that. As far as sewage is stubbed out right there at Plantation Road, and so I understand they're going to bring it underneath Carroll Plantation Road and back down the side. So it'll be sewer and water provided by Mobile County Water and Sewer Systems. Stop signs, red lights, some other note here. Being county, our speeds are normally faster than cities. We don't have a lot of stop signs. We don't have a lot of red lights for obvious reasons. We're in the county. That has become where it's not in the county. So that's certainly something we could look at. I like stoplights personally. I like them better than stop signs, but something we can that will actually be studied and looked at on this study that the engineers are putting together through the contractor.
Yes, I appreciate that, whatever, because I'm not opposed to the, neighborhood being built. I want the safest, environment that we can have out there.
Well, everyone wants it repaved, but I promise you, when we resurface it, the speeds are going to increase even faster.
Oh, I know.
It always happens.
I've lived in that area for
Hey, I was born right there.
60 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when you change 3 notch, it was like a speedway,
Yep, you're exactly right.
But I appreciate you listening to me today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
There are no more speakers.
Okay. All right.
Good morning,
Glenn?
Commissioners.
Good morning, Glenn.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the regular meeting of July 23rd, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Number 2, approve a list of claims.
So moved.
Second.
Number 3, hold a public hearing so any citizen of the county shall be given an opportunity to be heard for or against any item related to the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance report.
So moved.
The public hearing is, we got to have hearing. The public hearing is now in session. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this matter? There being none, the public hearing is now closed.
Thank you.
Number 4, approve a resolution making findings of fact concerning statements contained in the application by the Board of Directors of Mobile County Water, Sewer, and Fire Protection Authority with respect to the amendment of the Certificate of Incorporation.
I just have a question. Is this a statutory requirement? I just have
Yes, ma'am, it is. For a little bit of background, Mobile County Water and St. Elmo Water Authority, Senator White is here for St. Elmo Water, but there was some boundary disputes. A lawsuit was filed in the circuit court. The parties reached a resolution. The resolution was set forth by an order of the court, and this is the requirement 11-88, which both these boards are operating under, that any service area that they serve water and or sewer applications are approved by the county commission for filing with the probate court. And I would just say, Commissioners, on item number 5, it really should read the same as on item number 4. Resolution make findings of fact and statements containing application to the Mobile County Commission by St. Elmo Water Authority with respect to amendments of the Certificate of Incorporation. So I think the wording is be the same.
So the court has already determined where the line should be. We just have to do this additional step.
Right. We've shared this with the county engineer, and I don't want to speak for him, but I don't believe he has any objection to it either. This just tightens up some lines out in the west part of the county, not too far and around where the Walmart distribution center is at that interchange on Interstate 10.
Okay.
And both water boards are in agreement.
They are both in agreement and both signed a consent order issued by the circuit court several months ago.
So moved.
Second.
Could that be considered for 4 and 5, or does?
Is the motion to approve 4 and 5 and amend the language on 5?
Perfect. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you.
second.
Okay.
Number 6, approve assignment to Homes and Homes Architects for court access and security improvements in the amount not to exceed $30,000 at Mobile Government Plaza and Annex.
And this relates to the stair access between the courts and the lobby. As you know, we've had issues with the use of our elevators and the fact that our stairs, actually the landing is side of the building. And so in order to make the stairs an option for accessing the courtrooms, this design work will renovate the access to the courtrooms to provide an indoor landing.
Most of our backup is on Monday when they're pooling a jury. So this will be a second option that the jury members, potential jury members, can use to walk up to the second floor and take some of the strain off the elevators.
Tyler, can you give us any insight right now as to what we're planning with this?
And would you talk about what we're going to do at the annex?
Yes, ma'am. So the stair access will be behind the ceremonial basement over in the northeast corner of the Government Plaza atrium lobby, and it'll access directly the stairwell that goes from the mezzanine all the way up to the top floor. So this will provide access to not only second floor, but in any for the Government Plaza. And I think it'll probably be particularly useful to jurors that don't want to wait for the elevator to return to the ground level. So they can take the stairs down to the lobby rather than have to wait for the elevator. And that'll reduce quite a bit of our traffic in itself. As far as the work at the annex, we've had some trouble with the vestibules where people sleep in those at night, and they're still there in the mornings when everyone comes to work. So I think we're going to look into creating a gated opening or a extra set of double doors that isolate those from the outside, and they'll be lockable with the card key system that currently exists. And we'll probably tie that construction into the same construction project that we do to create stairwell access.
Okay, so what we're going to do in the atrium, will that give us an opportunity to find a new home for those trash cans?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
What's with trash cans? I'm confused.
We just need a new home for them.
Okay.
I'll show you where they are.
Okay, please do.
They're a bit unsightly. Okay, thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Number 7, approve reappointment of Vince Costa to serve on the Board of Appeals for a term of 4 years.
So moved.
Second.
Number 8, approve reappointment of Neil Sass and Howard Fleming to serve on the Board of Directors of Dauphin Island Water, Sewer, and Fire Protection Authority, both for a term of 6 years.
So moved.
Second.
Number 9, approve sponsoring Alabama as a state and the Distinguished Young Women 2019 National Finals event for a total amount of $5,000 to be paid from lodging tax fund.
So moved.
Second.
Number 10, approve rescind action in the May 29, 2018 minutes. Agenda item number 40, approve purchase agreement with EchoSouth Services, LLC for the purchase price of 31.888 acres of real property for a purchase price of $312,000.
Commissioners, if I just may comment on item number 10, which was indeed approved in May of last year. There have been some changes to the legal description, and I'd just like to thank Eddie and Brian and the whole engineering staff for helping me get all that straight. So since the acreage changed a tad, we felt it would be better to rescind that prior motion and have the new motion, item number 11, specifically identify with specificity exactly what land mass we're selling. And I almost forgot to mention Richard Spraggins, who also helped with this, and I just want to thank him as well. And as the commission knows, if the commission approves 10-11, the scheduling for the closing of that is to occur after this meeting. Mr. Claunch and his able counsel, Matt McDonald, are here, should there be any questions.
And we can take 10 and 11 together, unless there's any objection.
I agree. Moved. On
Second.
10 and 11.
Thank y'all.
Number 12, approve recommendation of the Board of Review for the junk ordinance hearing on February 12, 2019 for the following citation 41118.
So moved.
Second.
Number 13, approve application of Sunshine Store and Kitchen, LLC for off-premise retail beer and table wine license, Sunshine Store and Kitchen.
So moved.
Second.
Number 14, approve sponsorship with Providence Hospital Foundation in the amount of $10,000 from District 2 funds for its 2019 Festival of Flowers exhibit.
So moved.
Second.
Number 15, approve appointment of Ashley Driscoll to serve on the South Alabama Agricultural and Forestry Museum Foundation as District 3 representative, replacing Ken Buck for a term of 3 years.
So moved.
Second.
Number 16, accept public comments regarding the proposed adoption of weight loss incentive program for county employees.
Due to a statutory requirement, I will open the meeting if there are any public comment regarding the proposed adoption of our weight loss incentive program. If not, we will move forward. Thank you.
Number 17, adopt resolution establishing employee weight loss incentive program for county employees.
So moved.
Second.
Number 18, approve contract with TDA Consulting, Inc. to provide technical assistance for the home program for a cost not to exceed $80,000 per year.
So moved.
Second.
Number 19, approve assignment of parking facilities lease agreement dated August 19, 2010 from Downtown Parking, LLC to Premium Parking Service, LLC, pursuant to Section 17.1 of the reference lease agreement entitled Assignment of Successor or Assignee Lease.
Mr. Ross, did you want to make any comments regarding this?
I can. Commissioners, this is the assignment of the parking lot adjacent to this building to the west of us. We entered into a contract in 2010 with an entity known as Downtown Parking, LLC, which was or is owned by Ms. Malik, who owned the Holiday Inn Hotel and at some point the Admiral Sims. She has decided to sell her leasehold interest in the property, which under the current wording lasts another 21 years, to Premium Parking Services, which is out of New Orleans, which is a large business enterprise that does surface parking rentals in the New Orleans and other areas. Under the section of the agreement in question is the Ms. Malik or Downtown Parking LLC had the right to sign it and are withholding. It has to be for good cause, and I respectfully don't know of good cause. I have spoken to her counsel, who's here today, David Daniels, on a few occasions, and have shared his comments with respect to a renegotiation of the existing lease with you. Based on all the above, I would ask the commission to consent to the request. But I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Are they going to honor the agreements that we have with them now for employee parking at discounted rates?
I have an informal understanding that they will. Mr. Daniel may be able to speak to that. If you know, David is here. I didn't mean to call and embarrass him, but he's up there consulting with the gentleman from Premium Parking.
So that was an informal agreement we had. It was not.
It was never reduced into writing. I won't go into all the reasons now. So there's some space with the district attorney's office that I think Ms. Malik had agreed to allow.
If Mr. Daniel is available, if he would be willing to speak to this, to answer the question, please. Please come down. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner. I'm David Daniel. I represent Ms. Malik. And with me is Jim Ugie. Sorry. Mr. Ugie is the principal of the Assinee. And I've just spoken with him of the informal 50 spaces. There's 50 spaces in the lease. And there's an informal agreement on 50 more. Mr. Ugie, would you like to speak to us?
We're happy to honor the agreement. Obviously, it's a 20-year lease, and so we can't guarantee the price for 20 years. But we're certainly going to honor it at this point at the market rates that they have, so for sure.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be sure that, subject to Mr. Daniel and Mr. Yuji's comments, we get that properly in approval in the assignment language.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr.
So-
Daniel, Mr. Yuji.
So are you saying that we would then looking at formalizing the second 50?
Well,
Yes.
yes, that's what we're hearing right now.
Okay.
Very good, thank you.
Those are extremely important for our DA's department for security purposes. You can imagine.
We need the business, so.
Well, okay, good, good. We both have
It's
got
a
a need
win-win.
here. For sure. Well,
Okay,
thank you.
thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
So moved.
Second.
Number 20, approved contract with Saraland Chamber of Commerce in the amount of $10,000 from District 1 funds for operational expense.
Moved.
Second.
Number 21, approved contract with the Board of School Commissioners in the amount of $20,000 from District 1 funds to purchase technology equipment.
So moved.
Second.
22, approved contract with Delta Resource Educational Association Mobile, Inc. in the amount of $2,800 from District 1 funds for travel expenses to the Legacy and Rosa Parks Museum.
So moved.
Second.
23, approved contract with Lily B. Williamson PTA in the amount of $3,000 from District 1 funds to purchase equipment for the basketball team.
So moved.
Second.
24, approved contract with Mobile Regional Senior Community Center Foundation, Inc. in the amount of $10,000 from District 3 funds to repair pool tables at the center.
First of all, let me express my appreciation. Thank you for that allocation. There, you know, this is such a widely utilized center. There are people really from all of our districts.
It's right on the line.
And it is so well used that this equipment periodically does have to be repaired and replaced. And if there was one revision, could add repair or replace, because I think some tables they are intending to replace as opposed to repair.
That's fine.
Whichever they need to do.
As long as it's no more than 10,000, I don't have
Right.
a
Well,
problem.
they've
I know
actually,
they've raised quite a
the
bit of
group
money.
raised the rest of the money,
Right.
so
Sure.
if we'll make that amendment. Thank you again. Would you?
So moved.
Second.
25, approved contract with Gulf Coast Ethnic and Heritage Jazz Festival.
Hold on 1 minute.
But just because we're in the process, I mean, I'm off the board now, but I'll go ahead and abstain. Put me as an abstention on number 24,
Good call.
but I'm off the board now, so.
Okay.
Okay. 25, approved contract with Gulf Coast Ethnic and Heritage Jazz Festival Productions, Inc. in the amount of $6,000 from District 1 funds.
So moved.
Second.
On number 26, the wording has changed. It reads, accept the award from the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs on behalf of Multnomah County District Attorney's Office.
So moved.
Second.
27, approved professional service agreement with Dex for scanning the inner city news for archival purposes and for cloud-based document search retrieval for a year in the amount of $14,895.
Will that get the complete project done at 14?
Yeah.
Okay. So moved.
Second.
28, approve appointment of Glenn L. Hodge as interim county administrator.
I don't know, maybe we should discuss this. No, I'll make the motion myself.
Second.
29, approve request of the Sheriff's Office to add internally purchased vehicle to their fleet as follows.
So moved.
Second.
Number 30, consider taking the following action on bids.
So moved.
Second.
31, approve renewal of multi-use software with CPA Writer at a cost of $1,125 for the county commission.
So moved.
Second.
32, approve 36-month lease agreement for Xerox copier from the current cooperative contract at a cost of $100.20 per month for Mobile County equalization.
So moved.
Second.
33, consider waiving Section 7.1 of Mobile County Division Regulations and approving preliminary final plot of re-subdivision of lots 3, 4, and Gulf Creek subdivisions, lots Rabbit Creek Drive and Gulf Creek Court.
Engineering's okay with this? Yes, we are. Okay, so moved.
Second.
34, recommend authorize acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way easement from the following property owners for the following projects. Randolph Foster Road, owners Clarence Howell and Brenda Howell.
So moved.
Second.
35, recommend and approve Bay Hayes drainage repair for installation of an under-drain pipe to an existing inlet. Estimated cost $6,987.07.
So moved.
What's going on? Is that for the water standing in the parking lot?
We have some underground water there. We don't really know what's causing it. That's why we're putting the underdrain there. It's just water goes up through the basement and then it drains back down through it. And then a little while later, it comes right back up through it. Just an underground spring, we think. But we're going to put in some underdrain to catch it, put in an inlet.
Okay, thank you.
So moved.
Second.
36, recommend approve furnishing and delivering of 80 cubic yards of sand and clay base and 60 cubic yards of recycled asphalt pavement to Citronelle High School for $2,000.
So moved.
Second.
37, recommend accept the functional classification change of Havens Road from access road to residential.
So moved.
Second.
38, recommend authorize to advertise and receive.
Hold on. So we got two items. We changing two things at item 37.
And accept the, right, functional classification from Canal Road and Lambert Lane from residential to access.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, two different ones.
Okay. Did I second? Second.
Motion second.
38, recommend authorize to advertise and receive bids for Evans Road slope and shoulder road modification.
Moved.
Need a second?
Second.
9, recommend award bid for Paget Switch Road, RRR to H.O. Weaver and Sons, Inc. for their low bid in the amount of $1,331,706.27.
So moved.
Second.
Number 40, recommend approve supplemental agreement number 1 with Mobile Asphalt Company, LLC project, Brandon Road's resurfacing to increase the contract by $9,800 for the purpose of providing erosion control fabric and also to increase the contract time by 5 additional working days.
So moved.
Second.
41, recommend supplemental agreement number 1 with the John G. Walton Construction Company, Inc. for Randolph Foster Road, increasing the contract by $75,653 for the purpose of improving the existing drainage at Whitetail Drive related to drainage outfall for Randolph Foster Road.
Okay, well, do we not catch that in the original?
Commissioner, it appears that there was an outfall that was not addressed properly in the design process that became obvious during construction that needed to be handled, and our engineer has looked at it and come up with a good plan, and we have pay items in this supplemental agreement to go ahead and make that happen.
Okay. So moved.
Second.
Number 42, recommend approval of supplemental agreement number 1 with John G. Walton Construction Company, Inc. for Grand Terrace Circle, Siesta Court, Matador Drive, Spanish Trail, and Spanish Trail West, increasing the contract by $2,500 for manhole covers reset.
So moved.
Second.
Number 43, recommend approve supplemental agreement 2 with Frank Turner Construction Company, Inc. for County Farm Road and McDonald Road for adjusting the method of measurement of a paid item while increasing the net contract amount.
So moved.
Second.
Number 44, recommend approve right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 4 in the amount of $250, Southcraft Highway Bridge replacement.
So moved.
Second.
Number 45, recommend approve right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 6 in the amount of $5,000 for Johnson Road West, grade, drain, base, and pave.
So moved.
Second.
46, recommend approve right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 3, amount of $1,500 for Malaclo Loop Road West and SNR Road and Small Road grade, drain, base, and pave.
So moved.
Second.
Recommend approve right-of-way and easement agreement for Track 1 in the amount of $1,015, Track 3, $2,130, Track 4, $1,485, Track 5, $2,125, Track 7, $390 for Nelson Road, Glaze Road, Rainy Road, grade, drain, base, and pave.
Will this finish us up on Glaze?
Commissioner, we still have a ways to go. This is a good step forward, though.
Okay. So moved.
Second.
48, recommend approve preliminary plat only of Creekside Estates Phase 1.
So moved.
Second.
49, recommend approving preliminary plat and final plat of Shadow Creek Ridge.
So moved.
Second.
Number 50, recommend approve harmless and indemnity agreement with the town of Mount Vernon for the loan of the county and operators to the town of Mount Vernon. Also, approve annual work order number 10345 to provide labor and equipment to the town of Mount Vernon. The town of Mount Vernon is to reimburse the county for all labor costs.
So moved.
Second.
51, recommend adopt a resolution and accept an agreement with Alabama Power to provide additional power for streetlight improvement at 2 existing intersections.
So moved.
Second.
Number 52, we're going to refer to that on add-on item number 2. You want to do that when we do the add-ons, or you want to do it?
Is this just a shift of capital improvement with CIP money?
This,
Commissioners, we're reallocating some funds in the 2015 CIP project. That's basically what they're doing now.
Okay.
so add-on list number 2,
Yes,
is this is to replace
number 52.
52? Okay.
Yeah, if y'all will just disregard item 52, the way it is presented, that was worked up in the engineering department. Finance department has worked up what we can a better way to present it to you. That's presented to you as an add-on. It will replace item number 52.
Okay, so 52's gone, and we're looking at this add-on of number 2.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Okay?
Okay. Any questions?
So moved.
Second.
53, recommend award bid for Johnson Road West, grade, drain, basin, and pave to HCL Contracting for their low bid in the amount of $1,941,884.45.
So moved.
Second.
We have one add-on. Adopt resolution consenting to the sheriff's entry into an agreement for technical assistance with National Institute for Jail Operations to be paid from the sheriff's forfeiture funds.
So moved.
Second.
Number 54, commission announcements and/or comments.
Commissioner Lookgood? Okay, I have a couple of things, and I do believe we do we have I know we have an indigent board meeting, but do we have an executive session? Do we need to go into a session?
I've covered the items with each of you this morning. I don't think it's necessary. Thank you, though.
All right. A couple of things. First of all, I have a letter I'd like to share with you. I received this from our Public Works Director, Ricky Mitchell, and this was from a citizen, a Mr. Christopher L. Williams Sr. of 8 Mile. And Mr. Williams was writing regarding one of our Public Works Department crews that was doing some work on Spice Pond Road. And he says, Mr. Mitchell, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for the many efforts that have been made by the Mobile County Public Works Department to beautify, repair, and safeguard Spice Pond Road. I have noticed the outstanding efforts made by the crew that has worked on the right-of-way, not only in front of my residence, but up and down Spice Pond Road. They are always polite and very professional while performing their duties. I called Mr. Kenneth Harden a few years ago to ask him about a problem on the roadway. Mr. Harden and those that worked under his direction promptly handled my request. Since that day, I have noticed the performance of those that work and can make repairs on Spice Pond Road. They have gained my respect and gratitude for the great work that they do. I really appreciate the county employees' willingness to help whenever needed. It's that kind of dedication that makes the entire Public Works Department look good. We are proud of that crew and all of our Public Works employees, and kudos. I just wanted to share that with you. I mean, this, oftentimes, you know, you get, well, you get complaints about things that people are unhappy with, but when you get something like this, this really speaks volumes, I think.
Agree.
That's great.
Very good.
Also, we have our list of retirees that will be retiring as of March 1st. And we have Shirley Emanuel from Metro Jail. She's been there 12 years. Shirley Franklin from Strickland Youth Center, 31 years. Michael Gibbons from the Revenue Department, 10 years. Rosie Huff from Strickland at 29 years. Lawrence Jernigan from the Sheriff's Department, 12 years. Ashada McGee from Metro Jail, 28 years. Kenneth Smith from Metro Jail, 23 years. And Stephanie West from Revenue, 27 years. We are grateful to these individuals for their dedicated service to the county, and we certainly wish them well in all of their future endeavors after retirement. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, and we have indigent care boarding, but before we break into that, I'd just like to, since we won't have a meeting before Mardi Gras, just wish everyone a safe and happy Mardi Gras. And I know hopefully the weather will be good and everybody will have a great time. And we will be back the week afterward. We have Thursday following Ash Wednesday when is our next conference meeting?
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's it. Okay. So with that said, we will entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Okay. This meeting stands adjourned, and we will immediately go into our indigent care meeting. That meeting is called to order.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the meeting of the January 28, 2019.
Second.
Number 2, accept a report from Mobile County Commission balance in the indigent fund at the January 31st, 2019. Funds available, $153,039.72.
So moved.
Second.
Number 3, approve request for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We stand adjourned. Have a great day.